Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Mahārāja's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Mahārāja on April 28th, 2022 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book. Today is entitled as the Catuḥ-ślokī Bhāgavatam, and it has Sambandha, Abhidheya and Prayojana. Under the section, how all the residents of Varanasi became Vaishnavas. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya 25.11.
দৃষ্টান্ত সকলে বিষ্ণুময়, বস্তু নাই। ভক্তির বুদ্ধি ত্যাগপূর্বক যুক্ত বৈরাগ্যের সহিত সমস্ত বিষয়ে বিষ্ণু সম্বন্ধে বা বিষ্ণু নিষেধ।
आत्मवास्यम मिदम विश्वम यत्किंचित जगत्याम जगत तेन त्यक्तेन भुंजीता माग्रदा कस्य स्विद्धनम. Translation: Everything emanate and inanimate that is within the universe is controlled and owned by the Lord. One should therefore accept only those things for himself that are set aside as his quota, and one should not accept other things, knowing well to whom they belong. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhāgavatam 8.1.10. Communists and socialists are trying to propagate the philosophy that everything belongs to the mass of people or to the state. Such an idea is not perfect. When this idea is expanded, we can see that everything belongs to God. That will be the perfection of the communistic idea. The purpose of Srimad Bhāgavatam is here very nicely explained. Every one of us must be satisfied with those teachings the Supreme Personality of Godhead has allotted us. We should not encroach upon the possessions of others. This simple idea can be expanded in our daily lives. This simple idea can be expanded in our daily lives. Everyone should have a piece of land given by the government, and everyone should possess a few cows. Both of these should be utilized for one's daily bread. Above that, if something is manufactured in a factory, it should be considered the property of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because ingredients belong to the Supreme Lord. Actually, there is no need to manufacture such things artificially, but if it is done, one should consider that the goods produced belong to the Supreme Lord. Spiritual communism recognizes the supreme proprietorship of the Supreme Lord. As Lord Kṛṣṇa explains in the Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Yatva Mam Shantim Richati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerity, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. It is further explained in Srimad Bhagavatam that no one should claim anything as his property. Whatever property one claims to be his actually belongs to Kṛṣṇa. One should be satisfied with whatever has been allotted by the Supreme Lord and should not encroach upon the property of others. This will lead to peace in the whole world.
So, following this verse in Bhagavad Gita,
So by following this verse in Bhagavad Gita,
we can have peace on
we can have peace on
earth.
earth.
How about that is natural communism?
Prabhupada, that is natural communism presented as a
Book.
presented as a book. As natural communism. Inside
Some devotees pursue that someplace where they didn't like communism.
some devotees in some places they didn't like the communists.
They thought that they were promoting communism.
But they thought that they were promoting communism. And they got into trouble.
He was preaching that the whole world would give up.
Actually, Prabhupada, he was preaching that if the whole world takes up Krishna consciousness,
So he presented everything belongs to the Supreme Personality.
and he presented how everything belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That principle is,
That's the role you follow.
if that principle is followed, naturally every people in the world will be happy. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.102.
আদি চতুশ্লোকী ভাগবতে সম্বন্ধ অভিধেয় প্রয়োজন নিরূপিত ভাগবতের সম্বন্ধ অভিধেয় প্রয়োজন চতুশ্লোকীতে প্রকট লক্ষণ।
The essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, our relationship with the Supreme Lord, our activities in that connection, and the goal of life is manifest in 4 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Catuḥ-ślokī. Everything is explained in those verses.
Catuḥ-ślokī was taught by Lord Caitanya to His Holiness.
So the Catuḥ-ślokī was taught by Lord Caitanya to His Holiness Prakashananda Saraswati. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.103.
ব্রহ্মার নিকট শ্রীকৃষ্ণের চতুশ্লোকীস্থ তত্ত্বত্রয়ে সংক্ষেপে ব্যাখ্যা বিষয়গতরূপ ভগবৎ স্বরূপ নির্ধারণেই কেবল চিন্ময় জ্ঞান আশ্রয়ে দ্বিবিলাস অনুভব রূপ ভগবৎ স্ফূর্তি বিজ্ঞান রহস্য বা প্রেমাই প্রয়োজন তদঙ্গ সাধন ভক্তি অভিধেয় আমি সম্বন্ধ তত্ত্ব আমার জ্ঞান বিজ্ঞান আমার পাইতে সাধন ভক্তি অভিধেয় নাম।
Lord Krishna says, I am the center of all relationships. Knowledge of me and the practical application of that knowledge is actual knowledge. Approaching me for devotional service is called Abhidheya. Referred by His Divine Rishi Prabhupada, spiritual knowledge means fully understanding the absolute truth in 3 features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, in the all-powerful Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ultimately, when one takes shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and engages in the Lord's service, the resultant knowledge is called Vijnana, special knowledge, or the practical application of spiritual knowledge. One should be engaged in the Lord's devotional service to achieve the aim of life, called Prayojana. The practice of devotional service to attain that goal of life is called Abhidheya.
About this Catuḥ-ślokī, or slokas of Bhāgavatam.
Here from the Catuḥ-ślokī, 4 shlokas from the Bhāgavatam, one realizes his relationship with the Lord, the process of devotional service, and the highest goal, love for Kṛṣṇa. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.104.
সাধনের ফল প্রেম মূল প্রয়োজন সেই প্রেমে পাই জীব আমার সেবন.
By rendering devotional service, one gradually rises to the platform of love of Godhead. That is the chief goal of life. On the platform of love of Godhead, one is eternally engaged in the service of the Lord.
So, Lord Caitanya was giving out the love of Godhead very freely.
So Lord Caitanya was giving out his love for Godhead very freely. And he didn't consider who was qualified to get it and who was unqualified. He gave it freely to anyone who wanted it. So there is no avatar so merciful as Lord Caitanya. Jai. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.105.
6টি শ্লোকের মধ্যে চতুশ্লোকী ব্যতিরিক্ত এই শ্লোকে সম্বন্ধ অভিধেয় প্রয়োজন বর্ণন জ্ঞান ও বিজ্ঞানী সম্বন্ধ রহস্যই প্রয়োজন তদঙ্গই অভিধেয় শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতে 2:9-30.
Jnanam paramaguhyam me yad vijnanam samanvitam sa rahasyam tadangam cha grihana gaditam maya. Translation. Please hear attentively what I shall speak to you. For transcendental knowledge about me is not only scientific but full of mysteries. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhāgavatam 2.9.31. For an explanation, see Adi Leela, Chapter 1, Caitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.51.
So, Lord Caitanya teaches his devotional service as a science filled with mystery.
So Lord Caitanya teaches his devotional service as a science filled with mysteries. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.106.
অবরোহ পন্থায় ভগবৎ কৃপা প্রভাবে তত্ত্বস্ফূর্তি এই 3 তত্ত্ব আমি কহিনু তোমারে জীব তুমি এই 3 নারীবে জানিবারে.
O Brahma, I shall explain all these truths to you, since you are a living being, Jiva. Without my explanation, you will not able to understand your relationship with me, devotional activity, and one's devotional activity and life's ultimate goal.
Krishna, Supreme Personality,
So Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
reveals transcendental love of Krishna.
He reveals this transcendental love for Krishna.
He didn't reveal it, so cannot understand.
If he didn't reveal it, people cannot understand it.
Yes, okay. That is
He is so kind that he gave this
instruction to Lord Brahma,
this instruction to Lord Brahma, and from Lord Brahma it is being handed down. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.107.
নাম রূপ গুণ লীলাময় ভগবান কেবল নির্বিশেষ নহেন, জৈসে আমার স্বরূপ, জৈসে আমার স্থিতি, জৈসে আমার গুণ কর্ম, স্বর ঐশ্বর্য শক্তি।
I shall explain to you my actual form and situation, my attributes, activities, and 6 opulences.
Lord Krishna is Lord Brahma,
So Lord Krishna is telling Lord Brahma
what he will reveal.
what he would reveal.
Krishna is transcendental.
Krishna is transcendental. He has all opulences and all powers.
He alone can explain.
So he alone can explain his tattva. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.108.
আমার কৃপায় এই সব স্বরূপ তোমারে, এত বলি তিন তত্ত্ব কহিলা তাহারে।
Lord Krishna assured Lord Brahma, by my mercy, all these things will be awakened in you. Saying this, the Lord began to explain the 3 truths, tattvas, to Lord Brahma. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.109.
6টি শ্লোকের মধ্যে চতুশ্লোকী ব্যতিরিক্ত এই শ্লোকে কৃপারূপ আশীর্বাদ বর্ষণ। শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতে 2:9-31।
Yavanaham yata bhavo yadrupa gunakarmakaha tathaiva tattva vijnanam astu tetmad anugrahat. By my causeless mercy, be enlightened in truth about my personality, manifestations, qualities, and pastimes. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9.32. For an explanation, see Adi Leela, Chapter 1, Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.52. Caitanya Charitam.
Krishna is finally Lord Brahma, Father, personality, manifestations, qualities, etc.
So Krishna is enlightening Lord Brahma about his personalities, manifestations, qualities, pastimes. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.110.
চতুশ্লোকী ব্যাখ্যারম্ভ। তন্মধ্যে প্রথম শ্লোকের সম্বন্ধ তত্ত্ব অহম শব্দবাচ্য। স্বরূপ শক্তিমান নিত্য সত্য সনাতন বিগ্রহ কৃষ্ণের জ্ঞান লক্ষণ। সৃষ্টির পূর্বে সরৈশ্বর্যপূর্ণ আমিত হইয়ে প্রপঞ্চ প্রকৃতি পুরুষ আমাতেই লয়ে।
Before the creation of the cosmic manifestation, Lord said, I existed and the total material energy, material nature, and the living entities all existed in me.
Kṛṣṇa is eternal.
So Kṛṣṇa is eternal.
He existed before the material world universes manifested.
And he existed before the material universes were manifested.
That's why he's not dependent on material energy.
So that's why he is not dependent on the material energy. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.111.
সৃষ্টি করি তার মধ্যে আমি তো বসিয়ে প্রপঞ্চ যে দেখো সব সেও আমি হয়ে।
After creating the cosmic manifestation, I entered into it. Whatever you see in the cosmic manifestation is but an expansion of my energy.
Kṛṣṇa created the material worlds
So Kṛṣṇa created the material worlds
and he entered inside.
and then he entered inside.
And he demonstrated
And he demonstrated
his pastime.
his pastimes. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.112.
লয়ের অবশিষ্ট আমি পূর্ণ হয়ে প্রাকৃত প্রপঞ্চ পায় আমাতে লয়ে।
And the whole universe dissolves, I remain full in myself, and everything that was manifested is again preserved in me.
So, in Sambandha, Kṛṣṇa is described as the complete whole.
So in the Isha Upanishad, Kṛṣṇa is described as the complete whole.
After he dissolves everything,
And after he dissolves everything,
he still remains the complete
he still remains as the complete. Balanced.
and so it always complete.
So he is always complete. Thus ends the chapter entitled the Catuḥ-ślokī Bhāgavatam, manifest
On the Abhidheya
Sambandha, Abhidheya and Prayojana. Under the section How all the residents of Varanasi became Vaishnavas.
all these became devotees.
Yeah, just by having a darshan, Guru Maharaj, all of them became devotees. Jai.
Little children, they depend on their mother and father
Children, they depend on the mother and father
to start their spiritual life.
to start their spiritual life.
After their certain age, and they become Kṛṣṇa conscious.
After a certain age, they become Krishna conscious.
For that age, whatever they do,
Before that age, whatever they do,
that's responsible for the karma.
the parents are responsible for their karma.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.